Shalom. Hey, today is a wonderful day. It is the feast of Shavuot, or as my father and some Jews say, Shavuos. In Leviticus 23, God gave the people of Israel this festival as a harvest festival. But then, guess what? What do you see on the screen? Many years later, there are Jewish people and some people from other nations standing at the foot of Mount Sinai. On Shavuos, this harvest festival, God met with Moses, gave him the Ten Commandments, gave him other instructions for living, how to walk out our faith with God here on planet Earth. But that's not all. God did more on this same celebration of Shavuos a little later in history. Whoa, what do you see here? Here, once again, on the Feast of Shavuos, there are Jewish people and people from other nations in Jerusalem. It's Shavuos. And therefore, Jewish people are at Jerusalem going to the temple to worship God on this festival. And here they are in Jerusalem. And what does it tell us in the book of Acts of the Jewish New Testament? That God met with the people when they were there. There are Jews and there are people, as you see, from other nations, because there were God-fearing people from other nations that also went to Jerusalem to worship God. Let's take a look and see what did God do nearly 2,000 years ago on this same holiday feast of Shavuot. Ooh, Shavuot, or as Christians call it, Pentecost. They heard a sound and the crowd came together. People were bewildered because all of them heard the Jewish disciples speaking about the wonders of God in their own language. And these people, from Jews from other nations or Gentiles from other nations, said, "What's going on? I'm confused. How is this possible? Here are these Galilean Jews. They're not that smart. They're not learned men. They didn't go to yeshiva. They're not Talmudic scholars. They never studied from Rosetta Stone or Babel to learn other languages. And yet here I am hearing them speak about the wonders of God in my language. How is that possible?" Well, if you've read the Jewish New Testament, you know God poured out his spirit and did a supernatural work. He wanted to make sure that the word of God went forth in every language so that everybody could hear the good news of Yeshua the Messiah. Well, hey, guess what? That's what happened at Mount Sinai, too. The rabbis tell us that God didn't just speak in Hebrew, he spoke in 70 languages or 70 voices. 70 languages in Jewish teaching means he spoke in every known language at Mount Sinai and then in Jerusalem, there 2,000 years ago, God allowed words to go forth in every language so that Jewish people and people from every nation could hear the wonders of God, hear all about God so they could surrender, give their lives to God, love Him with all their heart, soul, and strength, and their neighbor as themselves, according to the Torah. This is a wonderful celebration, Shavuot. And listen, so whether you're Jewish or Christian, there is plenty of reason for you to worship God in this day. So listen, I'm here to ask you, what are you doing with God today? What did you do or what will you do here on this day of Shavuot? Take a moment, write about it in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. What do you love about this feast of Shavuot? Or what are you doing to meet with God on this day? What are you seeking Him for? More of God's instructions for living, more of the Spirit, or something else? Hey, can't wait to read what you got to say. Shalom.